Welcome everyone. Welcome to today's episode of Nifty Ki Baat. I have with me Mr. Jay Thakkar and Mr. Rajdeepak Singh. Nifty, as we speak, is almost 80 odd points up. Right now, it's 10:50. You'll see this episode in about 2 hours. Please remember once again, this is for educational purposes. Do not take these recommendations as is. Please do your analysis or consult your financial advisor. Right. Sir, 80 points up, but as I can see, candle red बन रही है एक के बाद एक 150 से थोड़ा वापस आता हुआ दिख रहा है. क्या आउटलुक बन रहा है इस समय?
Hi, Vishu. Thank you again for this, wonderful session of, Nifty Ki Baat and arranging this. And I would like to say that thanks everyone for watching this as well. Yesterday, Vishu, we discussed on the Twitter Spaces that 25,100, 25,000, wherein we had the highest call and put base, respectively at 46, 46 with a total of 92. And today, Vishu, if you see, even if current levels, I mean, when it had gone up to 150. Vishu. Now, even at the current levels, if you see, 21, 800, 21, 25, 100 call is 84 and this is 16. So it is 110, 100 total. So total is 100 even right now. So we discuss at 92 that if it opens at 80, 75, one can buy this. And I'm sure, Vishu, anyone who would have listened to us on Twitter and had done exact thing would have definitely, benefited today, because what happened is I said 80 rupees approximately is where someone would have actually gone long on a straddle of 25,100, and I saw it until 115. Maybe it would have gone to 120, 25 as well. I mean, but I saw it at 115. So if you take 25,100 call high only, so it was 106, and the low of 21 100 was about 15. So 121 is where it went. So 40 points, that is 50% kind of move is what we saw in the today's trade, and I think it's done and dusted as of now. What now issue? I think that clearly, you know. I mean, see, today now until unless Nifty is not going below 25,100, wherein you have 5 crore shares, my view is bullish. Even at 150, you have 3 crore shares. Relative to the call OI, put OI is more. So the PCR is definitely in favor of the bulls. 25,100 नहीं ब्रेक होता तब तक तेजी है. अब ये तेजी को हम ट्रेड कैसे करें आज के लिए? What to do? You buy 25,100 call, 25,150 call at 48, 49. Okay. For that matter, you sell 200 call and 250 call at 25 and 11. So your outflow is 13 points. Okay, you add this 13 to 25 150. We should 25 150 plus 13 is what? 25 163 is the break even for this strategy, and you are already at 157. Okay, so 5 rupiah is what still pending for break even. What is your maximum profit? Maximum profit will be 37 points. So 37 divided by 13 is approximately 1:3 ka risk reward. Risk reward is there has to be a risk reward, a good risk reward. Your stop loss, your break even will be somewhere around 25,275, which is another 125 points approximately, or 115 points approximately. अभी जितना बढ़ा नहीं उतना तो उससे ज्यादा स्टॉप लॉस है. 90 पॉइंट बढ़ा है, 115 पॉइंट और का स्टॉप लॉस है. And you can place a stop loss of 25,300, that is 25 points, right? If you want that for that matter, you can keep it at 13 points. So maybe 25 to 75 plus 15 points even. तो 25,290 का स्टॉप लॉस, वहां पे भी आपको 15 पॉइंट का ही नुकसान हो. Only 15 points is what I see, not that more than that. So I think it's a reasonable risk reward. Bull call ladder is what I am recommending as of now. Based on the analysis that there is humongous put writing. I mean, 8 crore shares in these two strikes, ATM and one strike below. I mean, jabardast support. I mean, till you don't see a break below 25,100, till you don't see a break below 25,100, I would not turn bearish for today. Rather, I would say 25, 200 or 250, 250. Why 250? Because that is the next swing we show. There you go, 25, 251. So that is my strategy for today, Vishu. Yeah.
Right. Raj, do you think जो ये bullish momentum आया है for last few weeks we have been seeing, this is here to stay या अभी भी we are not out of the woods yet?
विशु, इसको मैं दूसरी तरीके से जवाब देना पसंद करूंगा. See, what has happened in last 3 months is the one way continued sell off, and all the negative news were there. Trade sanctions, everything was there, which was against the market momentum. So when everything was negative, we were able to hold ourselves. We haven't seen that kind of decline which there could have been, and somehow the domestic liquidity has supported the market. Going ahead, what can change that FI Smith again may start coming back to India? And if they start coming back, then we might see significant up move even from current levels. So being negative in such a liquidity environment is something which I don't think would be a prudent thing to do. क्या हो रहा है कि आप आज का भी मार्केट देखोगे या फिर लगातार देखोगे पिछले 7-8 दिन में, तो दैट इज मोर ऑफ a broader market movement than the Nifty. Even today, if you look at, I think small cap is up by almost a percentage point. And your top 5 stocks में केवल एक Reliance ने थोड़ा सा move दिया है, rest are either flat or marginally positive. So your second tier market is performing well. And why your top tier stocks are not performing? Because your FIs are absent in the market or they are not buying. Once they are back, there isn't any looking back, and we might see that 800,000 points of immediate Nifty move. So what we have achieved in these couple of months, that is something very, very, I would say कि समझ के मतलब बाहर ही नहीं, मतलब it's a achievement in certain senses. And I think that if we are not moving below 24,500 levels once again, from the medium term perspective, I think things are remain positive. So nothing to do with the कि आपका कितना negative bias है. Obviously, we are going to see some hiccups की थोड़ा बहुत market में आएगा ही आएगा, वो आता ही रहता है. The major concern or the major weak link even today that has remained Bank Nifty. And if you look at the stocks like Kotak Bank or Axis Bank, Kotak Bank has moved beyond its call base of 2000, currently trading around 2010. So अगर ये चल रहा है तो कल obviously your second मतलब जो top tier both banks है, they will also come into picture. वहां पे भी कवरिंग की उम्मीद आपको रखनी चाहिए. तो overall momentum is positive. Bias should be positive, but buying at CMP, I'm not sure about it. From the intraday perspective, like I said yesterday also, this is not the market for me. कि मैं मतलब आज सुबह जैसे जय भी बोला, आज सुबह भी वो एटीएम स्टेटल वाज अवेलेबल एट 72 एट 74 रुपीज, विच इज करेंटली अराउंड 100 रुपीज. बट अगेन मतलब मैं उसमें नहीं जानना चाह रहा. क्या मुझे लग रहा है कि 25-200 पार होगा आज? मुझे नहीं लगता कि आज उसके ज्यादा ऊपर जाएगा, इसीलिए जय भी आपको बुल लेडर स्प्रेड दे रहा है. क्या 25,000 के नीचे लगता है? नहीं लगता है. 25,000 का 100 के जो पुट बेस में 5 करोड़ शेयर है, क्या वो टूटने चाहिए? हो सकता है एक नीजर रिएक्शन आ जाए और आप जो है उसके आसपास आए, बट वो टूटना चाहिए. द आंसर शुडंट बी, मतलब आई डोंट थिंक दैट लेवल इज गेटिंग रिच्ड टुडे. कोई मेजर वीकनेस फ्रॉम द इंटरडे पर्सपेक्टिव, वो 25,000 की बात करेंगे, वो भी नहीं लगता कि आएगा. तो मतलब अगर मैं निगेटिव ढूंढना जाऊंगा तो मेरे पास कोई निगेटिव नहीं है अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट कि हाँ आईवीज आपकी नहीं बढ़ रही. तो आईवीज तो शॉर्ट कवरिंग वजह से ऊपर की तरफ भी बढ़ सकती है. तो इधर वी आर गोइंग टू कंसोलिडेट लाइक वी हैव बीन डूइंग इट फॉर सम टाइम नाउ, और वी आर गोइंग टू विटनेस एन अप मूव. हाँ, जो मोमेंटम चाहिए मार्केट में अप मूव का, दैट इज मिसिंग. दैट इज क्लियरली मिसिंग कि हाँ जो हमें 200-250 पॉइंट एक सिंगल डे में मूव मिल सकता था बिकॉज ऑफ द कवरिंग मूव, दैट वी आर नॉट विटनेसिंग राइट नाउ. बट ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम एंड इन द कमिंग डेज, बिकॉज अभी आपका नेक्स्ट वीक में हमारी फेड मीटिंग भी है, उसका आएगा, फिर हम लोग एक्सपायरी की तरफ जा रहे हैं. So we are going to see that sort of move, and I am expecting. Last week we बोला था कि मैं by the end of the settlement I am expecting 2 to 3% sort of move. So from there to this week, we have seen almost 25, 24, 850 or 870 was the level. जब हम लोगों ने लास्ट सेटलमेंट ट्यूसडे का किया था, वहां से ऑलरेडी वी आर अप बाय ऑलमोस्ट अ परसेंटेज पॉइंट, एंड इवन फ्रॉम करंट लेवल्स देयर कुड बी अनदर 2% sort of move by the end of the settlement. So overall bias is positive. With a stop loss, its market is more of a buying on decline. हाँ, सेक्टर पकड़ने में थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम हो रही है, क्योंकि कभी किसी दिन एक सेक्टर चल रहा है, दूसरे दिन दूसरा सेक्टर चल रहा है. वी आर नॉट विटनेसिंग और गेटिंग दैट फॉलो फ्रॉम वेरियस सेक्टर्स. तो किसी दिन हम लोगों ने ऑटो में मूव देखते हैं, कभी आईटी में मूव देखते हैं, कभी हम कंजम्पशन में मूव देखते हैं, कभी हम एनबीएफसी में मूव देखते हैं. आज हमारे प्राइवेट सेक्टर बैंक चल रहे हैं, बट दैट इज अ सेकेंड ईयर प्राइवेट सेक्टर बैंक्स व्हिच आर शोइंग अस मोमेंटम. तो वो एक कंसर्न रहता है कि स्टॉक स्पेसिफिक अप्रोच में हम लोग फॉलो अप नहीं पा रहे हैं, बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू ब्रॉडर मार्केट दैट इज स्ट्रॉन्ग, नो डाउट अबाउट इट.
राइट. जय, मैंने आपकी स्क्रीन पे एक डब्ल्यू पैटर्न भी देखा, एंड देन अभी एसबीआई में एक वेज पैटर्न दिख रहा है. व्हाट कैन वी सी देयर? What can we expect there?
Sure. Yeah. Now, see, Vishu, basically what has happened is the Nifty public sector bank, PSU bank, have been relatively outperforming the private sector banks. So as Raj mentioned right now, the HDFC bank is generally is not moving. So if you see, now this pattern actually is a bullish pattern. And whenever SBI breaks above the levels of 840 to 842 to be precise, and a close above those levels, it would provide a breakout of almost 180 points at least, which is 10%, which is not less. And 10% on SBI means that it is going to about life high, at life high. So that is the case with SBI. That is the case with if you look at the Canara Bank, I mean that's been outperforming. So if you see, it's trading up, right? It has recovered quite well. If you look at Bank of Baroda, so it's been consolidating right now. And if you look at Indian Bank, so it's trending higher. So this has been the outperformance. So, and even for that matter, if you look at PNB, so this is one stock which has not performed among the PSU banks. But if you look at the private sector banks, we show IndusInd Bank. See, the chart is like this. So most of the PSU wherein I've shown the recovery and consolidation. If you see private sector bank, IndusInd Bank down like this. Axis has recovered. That's the only bank which has bounced back recently. In fact, unfortunately, we had anticipated this, and it has come a good bounce, with a gap. And then if you look at Kotak, it's just bouncing today. See, otherwise it has fallen. So if you see the trend overall for the private sector banks has been this over a period of time, wherein for the PSU it's like this and sideways. So they have outperformed significantly. I mean, PSU bank must be 1% down, whereas Bank Nifty is almost 4 to 5% down. So that's the difference between the private sector bank and PSU as of now. Otherwise, private sector overall on the yearly basis is outperforming PSU bank. I'm just talking about this relative short term. So this is the only space wherein you have not seen that bounce in the Nifty in the index, and this and IT bounced for 2 days. This is what even I and Raj mentioned, that by bounce करके वापस sideways हो गया. I mean, you see the kind of fall which we have seen in the recent fall. So this is what IT has fallen from 25,700 to 24,400 recently. उसके बाद इतना ही है. But yes, there is one thing which I had created on a Nifty is available. Current similar kind of pattern is available here. So if this happens to be a double bottom on a Nifty IT, if there happens to be a breakout, then you can see Nifty IT going here. Because we know derivative point of view, there are shorts. Derivative point of view, there are shorts where IT bank, IT and private sector bank. Else, मतलब बाकी सारे सेक्टर के बारे में हमने कल बात की ट्विटर स्पेस वेटलैंड पे. Those who missed out, friends, power, energy, real estate, defense, railway, सब जगह पे तो शॉर्ट कवरिंग आ रही है. तो आईटी में भी आई है, बट आईटी और बैंकिंग में इतनी नहीं है। और यहाँ पे इफ दिस हैपेंस, डबल बॉटम ब्रेकआउट, एंड दिस इज व्हाट आई क्रिएटेड, a W pattern here. इसका ब्रेकआउट आता है अगर कन्विंसिंगली, then I think bank IT can really get this W work on the upside for Nifty, and this could thereafter lead Nifty this much issue. So ये है इतना. So you can have Nifty here at 26,000 or approximately those levels. If this W double bottom of Nifty IT and a bank Nifty can bounce back, that is possible. Else कैसे possible है? 50% of the market अगर नहीं चले तो फिर कैसे? I don't know. I mean, then there has to be Reliance and drastical. मतलब Reliance has to go up by 15-20%. And maybe cement, auto, सबको बहुत चलना पड़ेगा, FMCG and all that. हो सकता है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. 50% ऑफ द मार्केट में भी बैंक निफ्टी अगर चल जाए तो निफ्टी आई है ना 26,000, ऐसा थोड़ी है. बट देन वो सारे ही सेक्टर्स को बहुत दम लगाना है अगर ये दो को नहीं चलना है तो. So let's see what happens. I mean, it's at the very breakout level. IT का डबल बॉटम ब्रेकआउट लेवल बाजू में है. बैंक निफ्टी ऑल्सो, आई मीन, हैज अ लॉन्ग वे टू गो, बट सब में ट्राइंगल ऑफ कंसोलिडेशन है. पूरा बैंक निफ्टी, काफी स्टॉक्स उसके कंसोलिडेशन पे. सो लेट्स सी व्हाट हैपेंस, बट इफ दिस हैपेंस इट वुड बी ग्रेट. हेंस आई एम सेइंग दैट कि 250 के ऊपर एक बड़ा मूव आ सकता है. टिल देन इसलिए मैंने लैडर किया है. ऊपर का बेचा कि नहीं हुआ तो फिर क्या ना इशू, इट्स जस्ट लाइक कंसोलिडेटिंग विद इन दिस रेंज. यही रेंज में फिर some more time it will spread until unless there is a breakout. Yeah.
Right. Raj, sectorally speaking, दो sectors के बारे में I have a question to you. One is auto, which saw a massive rally, 2 हफ्ते चला, and then somewhat cooling off. It's still मतलब जो बनता भी है, but still, what is the view on this going forward? क्या अभी steam बाकी है? Second is defense seems to be also waking up after taking a rest. मतलब last week I think कुछ good 5-6% up थे defense stocks. तो क्या व्यू बन रहा है यहाँ पे इन दोनों में?
दोनों sector we should they are quite different, I would say. One, there is a significant fundamental shift, particularly in the auto pack. So what has happened that we have seen a humongous run up, right? Everybody has seen that stocks like Maruti, they have opened almost a 10% up, and from there it built on that gain. And even today, it's not much. It hasn't declined much even from these recent highs. So, and at any point of time, we haven't seen any short additions in auto pack. और आप देखोगे तो अगर ऑटो में एक हो गया आपके हेडलाइन नेम्स लाइक मारुति, टाटा मोटर्स और M&M, फिर आपके एक सेकेंडरी जो एंसिलरीज नेम आते हैं वो आ जाते हैं. तो इवन नाउ वी आर विटनेसिंग परफॉर्मेंस, इवन दे आर कमिंग बैक. आप जो है एक एंसिलरी में एक होल्डिंग कंपनी है ट्यूब इन्वेस्टमेंट, सो जस्ट मूविंग आउट ऑफ ए लॉन्ग कंसोलिडेशन रेंज, लाइकली टू मूव फर्दर हायर. इस तरीके से कई स्टॉक हैं. वी हैव डिस्कस्ड अबाउट एक्साइड एंड ऑल. So what has happened in most of the these auto names that after a sharp run up, what we have seen is more of a profit booking for some point, and the same thing is happening with the FMCG also. So here, I'm not negative. It's more like okay, after a sharp up move, what we are witnessing is more of a retracement or some sort of profit booking. But overall trend is still positive. There isn't any indication that I should be negative in the auto. So there is a story behind it. Even today, I'm not sure about this story, but I was hearing, I haven't read it by myself, but Maruti is witnessing almost 10,000 car booking per day or per week. So that is huge. I think per day है ये. तो वो जो आ रहा है तो इसका मतलब कि जो फेस्टिव सीजन है, एटलीस्ट फॉर द ऑटो पैक इज गोइंग टू बी mammoth. So for auto or auto ancillaries, I think we should still be positive. Now, the second sector you talked about is the defense. So, जब हम लोग 4-5 सेक्टर्स की बात करते थे कि कहाँ पर सबसे ज्यादा शॉर्ट्स हैं, तो टेक्नोलॉजी होता था, बैंकिंग होता था, रियलिटी होता था, डिफेंस होता था, कैपिटल मार्केट्स नहीं होते थे. और इन पांचों में हमने एक एक करके शॉर्ट कवरिंग मूव देखा है. सो शॉर्ट कवरिंग मूव की एक लिमिटेशन होती है कि अगर हाँ तो एक बार में चला, वेदर वी आर गोइंग टू विटनेस द कैरी, मतलब द मोमेंटम इज लाइकली टू कंटिन्यू देयर, वी ऑलवेज हैव अ क्वेश्चन मार्क देयर. So whether if I have to talk about the B at Bharat Electronics, then the call base at 400 is very, very high. I'm not expecting that stock will surpass them. Similarly, there are other names also. हाँ, अभी भी कुछ stocks ऐसे हैं जो में जहां पर उस तरीके की कवरिंग नहीं आई है, तो we might see a bit of further follow up there. But वहां पर एक बड़ा डायरेक्शनल चेंज क्या मैं देख रहा हूँ? The answer remains no. It is more of कि हाँ आपने एक heavily sold जोन से आप जो है एक तरीके से जैसे ऑटो जो है हैवली बॉट से नीचे आया है, ये हैवली सोल्ड जोन से ऊपर आ रहा है. तो स्ट्रक्चरली फ्रॉम द मीडियम टर्म पर्सपेक्टिव आई एम नॉट गेटिंग पॉजिटिव देयर. Similarly, like in auto, from the medium term perspective, it's still positive despite recent profit booking what we have seen.
Right. ठीक है. Keeping this episode short and sweet for today, let's move on to concluding remarks. Jay, what would you
Sure.
like to leave us with?
Sure. So after having discussed the intraday strategy for the Nifty, we should now discussing about the next weekly settlement. Okay. So for that, I would say that as of now, the structure looks bullish, right? Until this continues, I mean, but then at the same time, this breakout is also very much important issue because we have seen a good bounce back in Nifty. So if I talk from the retracement level, Nifty has retraced more than 61%. It is at 61% right now. And beyond that, it would be 78% would be at around 25,330. So I think if 250 is taken off, there is no relevance of 78% thereafter. So we have retraced a uh, good level of the overall fall. Now, these important crucial levels of 250 really needs to be taken off in order to have a further strength, as well as the support from the bank Nifty is really required in order to have a further up move. I mean, further up move thereafter could be issue unidirectional. It can lead to this kind of a move, I mean, which one would really imagine. This is what I think. So, I mean, I don't know whether it can even take you to the lifetime highs, but then why not? And I'm not claiming that and not making a big call here that sort of, but then when you are surpassing these levels, I mean, about 250 or maybe, about 25,500 and then finally about 25, 6, 700, where are you going? You're just going way up. So this is what can happen because there has been extreme pessimism by the FIIs, shorts by the FIIs. वो सब कवर होना चालू हो गया तो फिर अभी तक अगर कवर नहीं हुआ है और इसमें बाउंस इतना हो गया तो जब इधर से कवर होगा तो फिर तो किधर ही लेके जाएगा, किधर लेके जाएगा. But so trade caution is about keeping this scenario, this setup in mind, the volatility in mind, the FI numbers in mind. What could be the strategy? Can it be a big month this month? So for a monthly, if I look at the monthly series, which is at 30th September, where the last day of the month is the expiry. So for that matter, if I have to have issue any strategy in mind, and if 25 to 50 is really that important, all right. So one can buy 25 300 call and 161, and one can sell 25 500 call, or maybe for that matter 600 call. That is at 56. This is somewhere around these levels. ये वाला 300 buy करके 600 बेच दिया of a monthly. Okay, so that would happen at what 90 rupees or so, something like that. 161 minus 56 is around 100 rupees, and some 200 rupees का benefit है. So 1:2 का risk और बन रहा है 25, 300 and 600. This I'm giving you for the monthly series. I think a bull call spread out there could work until 25,000 levels are held, or probably 25,000 है. Otherwise तो अगर मैं बड़ा देखूं विशु, देन ये लेवल आपका बनेगा नियरली अराउंड 24,900 एज ऑफ नाउ. इसलिए मैंने 800 बोला आपको. तो जब तक वो ब्रेक नहीं करेगा पोजिशनली, स्लोली ग्रेजुअली मार्केट के रेंज अप, सो आपका इसमें ब्रेक इवन हो जाएगा 400 और 25,400. या व्हाट डू यू विशु?
Right. Raj, concluding thoughts?
Well, like just said that overall, the way market is placed, there isn't much to talk about negativity. And if you look at the broader market, that is performing much better than your headline index. If you look at Nifty Next 50, if I'm not wrong, that is at the highest level of the year. मतलब वो 69,000 का level है next 50 का. I think that is the highest level of the year, at least from the closing perspective. So this is right now, like I said yesterday also, कि market is more about broader second tier market और the आप अगर बोलोगे कि आपका जो broader market में किस तरीके का move चल रहा है उस पे फोकस करना ज्यादा बेटर है instead of just looking at the headline index, क्योंकि इसमें जो top 3-4 stocks हैं, they are somehow are not able to perform so far. So again, my advice remains same, like I've said yesterday also. Focus in the second tier market, focus into the broader market. There we might see much better returns, and even in terms of performance also, that is something where we should be a bit positive than Nifty. Nifty 24,800 is the strong support, like Jay has said, and until unless those levels are not getting reached, it should be more of buy or decline.
Right. Good then. Well, that was it for today. Thank you so much, Jay and Raj, for your insights, and thank you so much, everyone, for watching. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments, and we'll try to get back to you. Thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risk. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.